Governor, thank you. I am so proud to stand with you and to stand with all our colleagues today. Both sides of the aisle, what I need to make sure that you all understand is that this has never been a partisan issue. In the 11 or 12 years that I've been working actively in the legislature, I've really never run into a partisan discussion on DWI. We've had a lot of battles over constitutionality, over the technicalities in the law, but we've never had a discussion over politics. So, you know, this legislature is to be congratulated for some really, really fine results over the last 8 years. And if you take a look at the sheet that I've given the media members, if anybody else wants one, we've got more. You'll see that in the last 8 years, fatalities from DWI are down significantly, from over 220 to just over 137. And that's a tribute to all of the things that we put into place. I see members of law enforcement here. It's law enforcement, it's the judicial system, it's the legislature, it's New Mexicans being willing to finally stand up and say enough is enough. So we've made a lot of progress, but 137 deaths on our highways is still far too high for me. And I think it's far too high for the rest of us here as well. Pauline, thank you so much for being here and your lovely kids. I know what it's like to stand where you're standing, and it's not an easy day for you. Thank you so much for being here. It means a lot to us. You'll see on this list here too as well that New Mexico started out well above the national average in alcohol impaired fatalities. And now over the last few years, we have moved to meet and just become below the national average. We've gone from 49th in the nation to now we're 26th or in that range in the nation in fatalities to DWI. So we're making progress. The next little chart shows you that the alcohol ignition interlock device plays a major role in that. It's not the whole answer, but it's been a major contributing factor in people getting the message that it's not okay to drink and drive. And if you do, there will be consequences, both financial and sanctions. However, offenders will tell us that the alcohol ignition interlock device is a fair sanction for their crime. And if anybody saw the news last night, there was an expose on the ignition interlock where I believe the offender was proud to say that. It's a fair sanction, I'm glad I have it. And I've heard that over and over again from not only offenders, but family members. We're so glad they had the opportunity to recharge, to reform their behavior. And it's all about behavior modification. So the number one bill that I've introduced this session regarding not exactly DWI, but it leads to DWI because it involves our youth. It involves our youth, and it sets up a penalty for anybody under 21. It's going to be illegal for them to be drunk. You might say, what do you mean? Isn't it already? No, oddly enough, it's not. It's not illegal to be drunk. It's illegal for them to possess, but they can be blind drunk and fallen down, and it's not a crime. This would make it a crime. It would make it punishable by a delay in their license if they don't have it already, or a suspension in their driver's license, some community service, some retraining, and then the opportunity to have all of that taken off of their record upon completion. So it's a fair bill. It's a good bill, and it leads to more of what we've been doing for the last 8 years, which is society needs a reboot on this, and our kids need a reboot on this. And so when we say behavior modification, it's going to start now with our kids. So Governor, again, I am so proud that you're here with us, to stand with you, to work on these things, and to continue to try and make New Mexico's roads not the worst in the nation, but the absolute best in the nation. It's the land of enchantment for a reason. And ladies and gentlemen of the press, and all of you that are here to join us, thank you so much for being here.